For years, people have been warning that a catastrophic earthquake will one day strike the new Madrid Fault, an event so massive that it could literally split the United States in two from the Great Lakes all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. This isn't just a small tremor. This is the kind of seismic event that would form a brand new body of water through the center of the nation, wiping out every bridge and road that crosses the fault line. Right now, small earthquakes happen there all the time, and a major one could happen at any moment. But what many people don't realize is that countless believers have had dreams and visions about this exact event for decades. And one repeated theme is that this enormous quake will come after the United States is involved in formally dividing the land of Israel. Nobody knows whether this judgment will strike days, weeks, months, or even years after such a decision. But according to these visions, it will strike. Most Americans don't even know this threat exists. Scientists have been warning for years that the new Madrid Fault is sitting on top of a massive geological scar, making the region far weaker than the West Coast San Andreas Fault. The San Andreas gets the headlines, but the new Madrid Fault zone is actually about 6 times bigger. It spans parts of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Missouri, Arkansas, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Mississippi, and there are 15 nuclear power facilities in that region. If a massive quake hits, it could mean Fukushima times 15. And massive quakes have happened there before. Back in 1811 and 1812, 4 enormous earthquakes struck the region. Deep fissures opened in the ground. The shaking was felt all the way to Washington, D.C. and Boston, and the Mississippi River literally ran backward in places. Just imagine that happening today. Now let's go through some of the prophetic warnings people have received about this future event. These visions are shared exactly as they were spoken. Let's begin. Shane Warren, an American minister who has publicly shared prophetic dreams for many years, described a vision in which a major national disaster unfolded. Vision. Then the scene changed back to the anchor. He said, "Ladies and gentlemen, another tragedy has just hit America. The new Madrid Fault in the heartland of America has just had a major earthquake." Immediately, devastation was shown all over the heartland of America along the new Madrid Fault as earthquakes caused entire cities to crumble. And I heard a booming voice speak from behind me saying, "They have divided my land. Now I will divide their land." In the vision, I knew that he was speaking about Israel and specifically Jerusalem. Maurice Sklar, a classically trained violinist who also shares prophetic experiences, describes seeing America literally torn apart. Vision. The first thing I saw was America split in two, just right down the middle. It was just along the Mississippi River, or just near there. It just split, like it cracked. Monique Bizet, a Christian author and speaker, reported a vivid warning she says she received in 2015. Vision. In 2015, the Lord showed me a vision that impacted me. It was so vivid. I saw a map of the United States of America, and then I saw Jesus standing behind the map, and he said, "When the United States divides my holy land, I will divide this land." When he said that, I saw him grab the map of the United States, and with his hands, he tore the map in two, right down the middle, as you would tear a piece of paper. John Paul Jackson, a well-known Christian minister recognized for dream interpretation, delivered a warning involving earthquakes in unexpected places. Vision. Earthquakes will not only strike coastal areas, but even in the Midwestern United States. John Kilpatrick, a Christian leader known for sharing prophetic dreams, described an experience involving catastrophic shaking in the nation's center. Vision. In this dream, I knew I was experiencing a massive earthquake. The sounds were so catastrophic that the thought crossed my mind that the devastation could likely exceed Hurricane Katrina of 2005. There are towns called Indianola, Illinois, Europa, Missouri, and Indianola, Mississippi. These towns run in a line from north to south, with Europa, Missouri being near the middle of them. The Mississippi River runs between them, with Europa, Missouri being by the epicenter of the new Madrid Fault. Augusto Perez, a Christian minister who has shared visions for decades, described an earthquake he says he saw taking place in Chicago. Vision. I was in the city of Chicago when I felt a big earthquake. All the people were very scared and panicked at what was happening. Then I heard in the background the song "The Night Chicago Died." I have had this vision twice. Joe Ellen Stevens, a Christian intercessor and writer, reported seeing a sudden rupture across the United States. Vision. I saw an earthquake tonight in a vision. A very quick vision. I thought it was the new Madrid Fault. I saw the United States split into 2 parts. Sherry Strait, a Christian woman who has shared warnings for more than a decade, says she received a message linking America's future to Israel. Vision. Yahweh spoke this to me more than 10 years ago, and I've been telling all who will listen since then. If we divide Israel, God will divide us. In the past couple of years, the Spirit has put a real urgency in me to get on the west side of the Mississippi River. Ann Peterson, a Christian who reports dreams and visions about future events, described the United States separating into two pieces. Vision. Then I was shown a short period of relative stillness. Then I saw the middle of America rise up, then separate into two land masses with a great body of water between the two halves. Susan Cummings, a Christian writer who shares prophetic experiences, described an encounter involving sudden geological collapse beneath her feet. Vision. I enter the vision. I am standing, and underneath my feet, the ground below begins to sink. It is a sudden, violent sinking feeling. The middle of the United States breaks open and splits down the middle. As I stand there, the land masses move. Elaine Durham, a woman known for her near-death experience in the 1970s, reported seeing dramatic future changes to America's geography. Vision. The area of water in the middle of the United States was massive and was widest or most extensive in the north. There were no Great Lakes as I had known them, for all of them had come together into this huge sea. This sea was so vast that I knew it could not be bridged, and so in essence the United States had become as two separate countries. Chelsea Lee shared a vision her husband reportedly had involving a catastrophic event. Vision. He said he got a really eerie feeling, and the room got really cold. The wall was gone, and instead he saw a map of the United States. He said there had clearly been a cataclysmic event, and that the Mississippi River was enormous and connected to the Great Lakes. He said the new Madrid had blown out, and both the east and west coasts, as well as Texas, were inundated with water. He heard a voice say, "If you divide my land, I will divide yours." Augusto Perez, in another experience, described what the landscape looked like after the event. Vision. It seemed as if the Mississippi River had widened several miles, and now the Great Lakes were connected to the Gulf of Mexico. Lindy Snow Pierce, a Christian woman who shares prophetic messages, warned of coming national division. Vision. Nothing can change it. It is coming. Get ready. This nation shall be rocked as never before and shall literally be split in half. When he said this, I could see the nation split down the Mississippi River. Amber Dawn, a Christian who reports prophetic dreams, described seeing an aerial view of a future earthquake splitting the nation. Vision. An eagle's eye view of the United States. I saw the United States split in half from a massive earthquake, the Madrid Fault line. Rebecca M. Barnes, a Christian who shares visions online, described an experience involving a spear descending from the sky. Vision. I saw a spear come out of the sky, it pierced southern Missouri and ripped it down all the way to the Gulf through Louisiana. Then I saw it rip up through to the Great Lakes. I heard the following exact words in my spirit: "If they divide my land, I will divide their nation." Sarah Mennett, a woman known for her near-death experience, described a massive central United States earthquake. Vision. I saw a huge earthquake in the middle of the United States. It was tremendous and seemed to split the United States in half about where the Mississippi River is. Then water flowed in from the Gulf of Mexico all the way up to the Great Lakes. Sadhu Sundar Selvaraj, an international Christian minister, reported a vision involving a sword striking the nation. Vision. Suddenly, I saw an open vision right before my eyes, and he took the sword and he pierced right into the heart of the United States, and he cut it into two. He said, "Likewise will this nation be divided as Jerusalem will be divided."